Joining a team that has 8 straight losing seasons and a franchise that is hungry for playoffs and the Super Bowl. So what makes you believe that you're the right guy for the job and can not only do that, but do it very quickly?
Thanks, Allison. I'm here because I believe in this group. I believe in this roster. I believe, like I mentioned, in what Arthur and Matt have put together already.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? If you're just now tuning in, you need to sit down for this one because the Cleveland Browns organization is in absolute chaos right now. And I'm not exaggerating. Myles Garrett, the NFL's all-time single-season sack leader, the face of this franchise, the guy who just put together one of the most dominant defensive seasons we've ever seen, just posted something on Instagram that has the entire city of Cleveland in panic mode. I'm talking full-blown crisis. And when you connect the dots between what he posted, what just happened with Jim Schwartz, and the questionable decisions being made by Jimmy Haslam and Andrew Berry, this situation looks like it's about to explode, so buckle up.
Were you surprised by Mayfield's comments about you coming to Atlanta and looking forward to seeing you twice a year?
Yeah, Baker's somebody that I have a ton of respect for as a player and a person. I love rivalries in sports, and obviously Buccaneers-Falcons have a great rivalry. It's something that I'm excited about, but I would not get into the specifics of those type of things.
Let me set the scene for you. Yesterday, the Browns announced Todd Monken as their new head coach. Now, on the surface, some people are calling this a solid hire. The guy's got 37 years of experience. He's an offensive mind. And let's be real, Cleveland's offense has been a disaster. But here's where everything starts falling apart.
Like my man Junior. For real? Somebody call me Junior, too. When I pulled up, I thought you was Junior. I got to put him on first.
Stop right here for me.
In the middle of all this, Jim Schwartz, the defensive coordinator, the architect of one of the best defenses in the NFL, literally packed his boxes and walked out. I'm not talking about a mutual parting of ways. I'm not talking about a respectful resignation. This man said, I'm done with this mess, and left the building. That's the level of dysfunction we're dealing with right now. Now, why does this matter for Myles Garrett? Because Myles just had the best season of his career under Jim Schwartz. The defense was the only thing keeping this team remotely competitive while Deshaun Watson and the offense were completely falling apart. And now, 11 hours ago, Myles posts this image on his Instagram story. You ready for this? It's a Popeyes worker sitting on a bench, head down, looking completely defeated and exhausted. The caption, nothing, just that image. But if you know anything about social media, you know that's the loudest statement you can make.
So much has been made of your time in Cleveland with your relationship with the quarterbacks that you've had. Obviously, you're going to be charged with developing a young quarterback here in Atlanta. How do you go about making sure that Michael Penix and his success here are long-term?
Player development I'm a maniac about it. I'm just crazy about development of our players. We want to be a very intentional group when it comes to developing players. Obviously, the quarterback position's at the forefront of that. So
that's a smoke signal. And where there's smoke, there's fire. Myles is basically saying, get me out of this kitchen. I don't want to be here anymore. And the crazy part, this isn't even the first time Myles is wanted out of Cleveland. A couple years back, there were rumblings that he wanted to be traded. The difference is, back then, the organization convinced him to stay. They gave him a massive contract extension. They promised him they were building something special, and Myles bought in. He came back. He balled out. He led the league in sacks. And what did they get? 5 wins. 5 wins. And now, instead of rewarding him with stability and a coaching staff he trusts, they're letting his defensive coordinator walk out the door and hiring a head coach without even consulting him. Let me pause right there, because this is where it gets really messy. According to multiple reports and conversations happening in Cleveland media right now, nobody from the front office reached out to Myles about this hire. Nobody asked him how he felt about Todd Monken. Nobody got his input on the direction of this team. This is your franchise player, your highest paid defensive player, the leader of your locker room, and you just ghosted him on one of the biggest decisions in franchise history. Are you kidding me right now? ESPN Cleveland had their morning shows going crazy over this today. One of the hosts said, Miles is exhausted. We're all exhausted.
Udinski a nice size bag. That'd be my theory. They gave that man the bag and he accepted the offer, dog. So if you guys did not see the video today, Shedeur Sanders did make it his business to respond to making a Pro Bowl. And he did it in Shedeur fashion, man. He was grateful. He took time to acknowledge the fans first and foremost. And I just thought that was just a great, great thing. And it's only up for here for Shedeur and this season, man. You know, a lot of things have played out. And I don't know, man. I think Shedeur time is coming.
And honestly, that's the perfect way to describe what's happening. Being a Browns fan right now feels like watching your team lose even when they're not playing. That's the level of incompetence we're seeing from this front office. Another analyst pointed out that there's a chance, however small, that this could be the turning point that transforms the Browns from a laughingstock into a real franchise.
Ever make the Pro Bowl. He's not. He's not going to be the last alternate to make the Pro Bowl. We saw, Ocho, remember we saw Huntley just a few years ago make it.
Yes.
Because nobody really wanted to go.
It doesn't.
I mean, first of all, I don't know where's it going to be. Is it San Francisco this year? Yeah. Because it used to be, Ocho, it used to mean something. You go to Hawaii. You get a vacation. You get to take your wife to Hawaii, your girlfriend, your family get to tag along. It meant something to go across the water, to break bread. You're drinking the Mai Tais, the Blue Hawaiians. It normally meant something. It doesn't have the same cachet. But congratulations to Shedeur.
But let me tell you something. That's the hope talking. That's the desperation. Because right now, all the evidence points to more chaos. And here's the thing that nobody's really talking about yet. Mary Kay Cabot went on 92.3 The Fan today and explained why they hired Todd Monken. She said they needed the most qualified offensive guy they could get in their current situation. She said Monken has the experience to handle difficult personalities and adversity. But here's my question. If Monken is so good at handling difficult situations, why did Jim Schwartz immediately resign? Why is Myles Garrett posting cryptic messages about being exhausted? Something doesn't add up here. Word on the street is that Andrew Berry, the general manager, actually wanted Nate Sirianni, but ownership overruled him and went with Monken. So now you've got a GM who didn't get his guy, a defensive coordinator who quit, and a franchise player who's sending smoke signals on social media. How is that supposed to work? How are you supposed to build a winning culture when there's clearly no communication, no alignment, and no trust between ownership, the front office, the coaching staff, and the players? And let's talk about the irony of this whole situation. The Browns just spent all this energy trying to fix the offense, right? They hire an offensive-minded head coach in Monken. But in doing that, they've completely destroyed the one side of the ball that was actually working, the defense. Now they need to hire a new defensive coordinator. They need to hire a new offensive coordinator, and they need to somehow convince Myles Garrett that this organization knows what it's doing. Good luck with that. Here's what I think is really going on. Myles Garrett has given this organization everything. He's been loyal. He's been patient. He's performed at an elite level year after year. And what has he gotten in return? Dysfunction, losing seasons, and broken promises. At some point, even the most loyal players reach their breaking point. And that Instagram post, that's Myles reaching his breaking point. So what happens next? If Myles demands a trade, where does he go? Detroit, San Francisco, Baltimore. Can you imagine Myles Garrett in a Ravens uniform going up against the Browns twice a year? Cleveland fans would lose their mind. But here's the reality. If the Browns don't get their act together immediately, if they don't fix this communication breakdown, if they don't show Myles that they value him and respect him, he's gone. And when he's gone, this franchise is back to square one. Again, make sure you subscribe to this channel right now because this story is far from over. Drop a comment below and tell me, do you think Myles Garrett is going to demand a trade? Is Cleveland about to lose their franchise player because of organizational incompetence? I want to hear from you, especially my Browns fans out there. and hit that like button if you want me to keep covering this situation as it develops, because trust me, more bombs are about to drop in Cleveland. This is just the beginning.